Good morning, welcome back to my channel. If you have not yet, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be getting ready while answering some questions. First, I'm going to be prepping my face to do my makeup. Okay, first question, who am I? If you guys don't know, I'm Sylvia. A lot of you know me as the burrito lady, which I don't want to be known as that. But I am Sylvia. I have 3 beautiful children. I have a girl, she's 13 years old. I have a boy, he's 4, and a little girl, she's 2. A lot of you don't know this, but my firstborn, she is from a previous relationship years ago. And a lot of you don't know this either, but me and my husband, we are not married yet. But this year, we are hoping to get married. I am his fiance. How you and your husband meet? It was back in 1999 watching movies. No, I'm just kidding. I remember growing up, we would move to so many schools all the time until I remember we ended up moving for 8th grade to a different school. And I walked in the office and he was right there sitting down. He was in trouble. And he always says that once he saw me, he fell in love with me. I recall someone sitting down there, but I don't recall it was him because I wasn't like really paying attention. I was like nervous. It was a new school. And then eventually like we ended up going out. I remember my mom meeting him and then she was just like, no. She was like, leave him. Es un cholo. I remember at the time, I was like, I don't think I want to be with this guy. Not feeling it, young, and so from there, we broke up. And then from there, we ended up moving again. So we transferred to a different high school, and then we lost all communication there. And that's where I met my daughter's dad. He got pregnant at 16, and I had my daughter at 17. The relationship did not work out. It was just horrible. I don't want to go much into details out of respect for my daughter. But yeah, that's that. So anyways, once school was gonna be over, I had so many problems with my mom and she would always kick me out from the house. And then I remember I went to go live with my uncle and it was almost when I was about to graduate. Because of the problems I was having at home, my grades went so low that I wasn't able to graduate with the class. From there, I ended up enrolling myself into a one school. And then it was so easy because I was just doing homework and like schoolwork from home. So I graduated so fast. So then years later, like literally years later, I can't remember how did we get back in contact. I was looking for a job and then he's like, oh, you should apply here at the Home Depot because that's where he was working at the time. So I applied and then he leaves a job because he was also working in construction. He had 2 jobs. And then we started hanging out. I ended up getting hired at the Home Depot. I remember he would go visit me at work and bring me lunch and stuff like that all the time. From there, we just started talking again. And then, I don't know, at the moment, I wasn't feeling him like that because I just saw him as a friend. I feel like my love for him wasn't like as strong in the beginning. I liked him. He was cool. But then I started hanging out with him more and more. And like I was like, oh my God, he's just such a sweetheart. He's such a sweet person and he's just so kind and caring. I was like, I'm not used to this. I was like, I'm used to bad boys. I remember I came over one time and then I was just sitting down. He ended up asking me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Everything moved so fast. He asked me to move in. I was like, I was like, I kind of do and I kind of don't. Because at the time I had my own apartment. So eventually I just ended up moving in with him. So this is not my house. This is my husband's parents' house. And I hope to get my house soon because I want to feel like comfortable being at my own house. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But anyways, I ended up moving in. We ended up getting like new furniture, new everything. Hold on, he's calling me. He knows we're talking about him. Hello?
I'm on.
Hi, honey.
You need anything?
No, honey.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi. Hold on. He got me my coffee.
Yeah. We have these 3 and come on.
Alright, love you.
Any more?
Mwah. Bye.
I think it's sexy over there.
Hey. Bye.
Amor.
Well, he knew we were talking about him. That's why he called. So when we were talking already like about family and stuff like that. How many kids does he want? How many kids I want? And I was saying like I want a big family. I always said I wanted a big family because I always thought it was so beautiful how me and my siblings always got together all the time every holiday. I want to see that, with my children. So I was like, when do you want to have your first child, because he didn't have kids. And then he's like, I want to have my first kid before I turn 27. I was all like, you're going to turn 27 in a few months. Whoa, what are you talking about? Hold on. Wait a second. You know what? I feel like that's a good age, to have another child. Because I didn't want to have another child as I was getting older. I was like, let's do it. Let's give it a try, And then, boom, I got pregnant with my son. Oh, wait, before I got pregnant, he ended up proposing to me in our favorite place in Arnold, California, in the snow. And from there, yeah, we had our baby, our son, and then almost 2 years later, we had our daughter. Mande, mi amor.
Daughter?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
We had you, mi amor.
Oh.
She's like, oh. Y luego, yeah, we keep saying like, oh, we're gonna get married this year, but we haven't really like put the effort in it, I guess I want to say. But this year is the year. Even if we get married just by the courts, we're gonna get married. We're just thinking, like we want a son. We want another son, but we're just like, no, it's too much. It just scares me because I'm just like, is that it? Like you want to grow your family, but it's just hard. It's not as easy. We both decided like, no, that's it. But si se da, but I don't know, So that's how I met him. I met him at school. Been together almost 6 years. Next question, because I'm not done yet. Monday. I'll fix it. Come on. I fix it. Yeah. All done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How many siblings do I have? I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. One of them you guys already know. It's Linda Mata Official. I'm the second oldest out of 5. My mom had us like back to back. The next question, how long have I been filming? Were you nervous at first? Okay, so I have been filming for a year now. A year and a few months. At first, yes, I was so nervous. I go back to my old videos, like in the beginning where I first started, and it was just like, hi, I'm Sylvia. It was just so weird. So, hold on. Hello? Okay, before I got interrupted. So yeah, I was just like so awkward at first. I was so nervous. And I feel like the more you do it though, the more it gets like better and easier. I never in my life imagined that I was gonna be recording any content or like recording myself at all. Next question is, do you have a full-time job? I don't have a full-time job. Well, actually, I do have a full-time job. My kids, creating content, doing all that stuff. It's a lot of work. Well, I did have a full-time job antes. I was working like for the Home Depot, and then I transferred to the warehouse and worked full-time there for so many years. While I was in school, graduating college, I was working full-time, taking care of my daughter. I graduated college, and just things changed. I had my son, my career choices, everything I wanted to do just completely changed. I didn't want to be in the field that I wanted to be in originally because I feel like being in the criminal justice, like being a police officer is always so dangerous. At first, it was just me and my daughter. I was just like ruthless. My heart was hard. Everything in me, I was just freaking cold. That's how I saw myself, I was just like thug life. Me sentía manly, But then once I got with Francisco, things changed. Like I started being so soft. My heart opened. I let more of my guard down, and things changed. And then my wants and everything that I wanted to do just completely changed. I was like, no, I don't want to be in the field because I don't want one day not coming home to my children and then being like, oh, where's my mom? She didn't make it. Some shit went down and she didn't come home. My sister started recording first, and then I was inspired by her. And I was like, I want to start recording too, let me do it too. And then from there, it just went off. And then now I do it. I love it. And I get paid for it. And here we are. So if you're thinking about starting, go start little by little. I was so shy. I was so nervous. I consider myself a shy person. But your shyness is never going to get you anywhere. You know, you have to just go and do it. I still get shy. Especially when you guys see me in person. You guys, oh, are you the burrito lady? I'm like, yes, but I'm Sylvia. Like, I want to be known as Sylvia, not the burrito lady. So, we're going to try hard to let that be known. Next question. How often do you speak Spanish? I speak it daily, but it's just Spanglish, I guess. Like right now, ahorita está hablando español, but then I like cut off and I start speaking English just like that. I try to speak to my kids more Spanish, but sometimes English comes out more naturally, you know. That's mostly what I've been talking my whole life. Questions. Do you do pre-orders for your food? I do sometimes. Only depends if I already know the person. Next questions. When did you start cooking and selling food? I started cooking and selling food last year. Was it last year? No. It was like a year ago, actually. It was like a year ago. Like, I sell here and there. I started with, like, breakfast burritos. And then I ended up doing breakfast croissants. Making breakfast croissants is so much easier. Who showed you how to cook? Okay. So, my mom, she taught me how to cook some foods. Well, I would ask her and she'll tell me. And then, also, my suegra, like, I would ask for some recipes and then she'll tell me and I would, like, make them. And YouTube taught me. I just search up a recipe I want to make and then whatever comes up, I make it, but I recreated my own. I do it different, if that makes sense. And then sometimes I just look at what I have and then I'm like, what can I make with this? And then just some things come up, you know? How much do you sell your tamales for? $3 each. How do you feel about someone copying your masa board business? Honestly, at first, I told my husband, I was like, look, babe, I was like, someone else made the board, you know, and I was just like, dang it, you know, we should have patented it. He told me, he was like, no, you know what, it's fine, like, everybody can make their own money, you know, and then I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right, it's fine, you know, they can make their money, we can make our money, we can all make money. Thankful to God that we're able to do it ourselves too, you know, because, you know, you never know what everyone's going through. And, like, if the other person's, like, going through something, like, they want to make the money, too, like, then make it, you know? Make your money, baby. It's okay. I ended up getting, like, a lot of people, like, tagging me in his videos and, you know, all these things. But I was just like, yeah, it's okay. He made it the same as ours, but has, like, a different handle. I don't know if you guys have already seen it. So, next question. I think that's it. That's it for the questions. I know I spoke a little bit about my mom. Thanks to God, I know our relationship is so much better than what it was. I love my mama. I started using this one, the L'Oreal. It's kind of like a hairspray, I feel like. I feel like this video was fun to do. I just have to do my eyelashes now. If you guys have other questions that I did not answer, please drop it down in the comments. Let me know, and I will be happy to make another video just like this. That's the final look. Now I'm done. Now I'm going to be doing my hair, so give me a second. There it is. I just pulled it up and let my hair out. It's a little messy. And I like it. Well, thank you for watching it all the way through. And if you have not yet, don't forget to click the subscribe button. And I'll see you on my next video.